Mexico defeat Honduras 4-0. And although we have to take it with a grain of salt, we got to consider the opponent. We got to consider that Mexico basically has their A team for the most part. There is a couple of players missing, but when you consider the tournament, the opponent, you got to, temper down your excitement or your optimism after defeating Honduras 4-0. I will say that. Let me just preface these comments with that. But I will say Mexico did look better. Like Honduras, super weak opponent. Nothing against Honduras. They're going through probably some changeover. They put a very weak 11 out there. They did not look like they belonged. They were down 1-0 after a minute. So nothing against Honduras, but they're not the best opponent. But Mexico did have some friendlies. Leading up to the Nations League, where they played Jamaica and they played some other teams, and they did not look good at all. Like it wasn't just against Panama, who's a better CONCACAF team, or the United States, who's probably the best, who is definitely the best CONCACAF team right now. Like they were looking bad against these other mediocre or not as good CONCACAF teams and in their friendlies. So it's for Mexico to look this good against Honduras, take that 1-0 lead. You see the players running around way harder. Like you could see them sprinting, which was crazy. Like every attack had like three Mexicans in the box. Like every cross looked like the midfielders were just being told to like crash the box, get in the box. And that's key. Orbelin played really good. I actually really liked how Santi Jimenez didn't play, or he did play. He came in as a sub, but the starting forward for Mexico, Henry Martin, he played pretty good. He had a good hold up play in the leading the front line. Antuna again was not that good. I don't see how he keeps starting. Luis Romo and Luis Chavez, they were really good. Overall, the team was really good. The main takeaways that I have from that game is that Mexico was sprinting. They were running. I think Jimmy Lozano was like, okay, like we probably can't control how good we are or, the form that we're in, but we could always control the effort that we put into this. Like we could always control how much we want it. Like we could always control like what we feel for the jersey, for the national team jersey. And you could, I noticed the difference. Like I could see the players running. A big switch that he made was putting Edson Alvarez at the center back position. I think that really fortified the back line. Again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like it's not like Mexico really faced that much. It's not like Honduras was really gonna get a lot of men forward. It's not like they were gonna create a lot of chances. It's not like they were gonna really challenge the back line like that. But in the times that they did, Alvarez and Vasquez looked solid. They looked like they knew what they were doing. You had this, sense of comfort having them back there, so that was good. But overall, I just think the team hustled more, and at the very least, that's what you want to see from your national team. If you're the least talented team on the field, if you're the underdog, there's nothing you can really do. That's like a long-term problem. You got to develop more better players. You got to give them more opportunities. You got to fix your academies. You got to do all this stuff that hopefully they still get done. Hopefully we look at our league. We bring back relegation. We invest in the youth. We make it mandatory for teams to give young players a lot of playing time. We put a cap. We put a hard cap on the amount of foreign players that play on each team, on each starting lineup. We could do all of that. That's more of a long-term thing. But with the players that we have right now, the one thing you could always change right away is the effort that they put on the field. You could just ingrain it in their heart. Like, we're going to run and run and run and run. We're not going to ball watch. If someone has the ball, we're going to check in. We're going to give them options. And I think at the very least, if you don't want to analyze anything else, at the very least, you could say that this Mexico team ran way harder with Jimmy Lozano. Now, can they keep it up? Can he keep that mentality going forward? Can he tell them, like, this is it? Like, this is how we're going to do it? Can they really run like that forever? It's hard to see. It's hard to predict. It could just be, we got Jimmy Lozano. We got embarrassed. We got to try hard right now. And like I said, it's against Honduras. We got to take it in a grain of salt. They got Haiti on Thursday, which is not the strongest opponent either. And I think they got Qatar on Sunday, which is not the strongest opponent either. So we got to see till the group stages. Like I said, Mexico for the most part has a strong roster. They got like their A minus team in the Gold Cup, so they should be the favorites. We'll see how they do going into group stages. Like I said, I prefaced all these comments acknowledging that Honduras is not the strongest opponent, and Mexico should have won this game regardless of who was coaching them or who they put out there. But like I said, the hustle and the running that they showed was at the very least a welcome sight. And I think the players in the interviews that they had after the game said that they appreciated having Jimmy as their coach. So hopefully, they show that respect to Jimmy and they show that they care about the national team badge, wearing the privilege that it is to wear the national team jersey, and they're able to keep this up and have a good Gold Cup showing. Because like I said, that Nations League disaster left a very sour taste in everyone's mouth. I think the federation got the message. They appointed Jimmy pretty quick, and we'll see if they do any other changes, to the whole Mexican soccer or football pyramid hierarchy. Like I said, you gotta bring back relegation. You gotta invest in the youth, fortify your academies, send players early to Europe. A lot of stuff needs to be done. At the very least, they showed that they cared about the jersey. And please bench Antuna. That's all I gotta say.